In the last video we saw how depressions are formed whenever you get the TM error and the PM error meeting and the fronts forming here rotating around about the centre of it. And it gives this very distinctive pattern that you'll get with depressions. Your warm front, your warm sector, your cold front, and the air behind it. Now, as we discovered when we were looking at cloud types, though, the atmosphere is a three-dimensional thing. So we're looking at this now from above. This is our plan view as if we were orbiting the Earth in the International Space Station looking down from above. But what if we were to look at this from the side? What if we were to take a slice through here? Let me just get this ready. If we were to slice through here and looking at this from the side, what would we see? It's really what I want to try and show you with this little video. Okay, so here is our plan view of our depression, and what we've had here is our TM air circulating there and the PM air coming around like so. Right, that's what we've just seen. Now, what if we were to slice that in from the side? What would we see? Now, what I'm going to suggest first of all that we do here is to imagine that we're looking at this not from a satellite from above, but from an airplane, looking at from an angle. So I'm going to draw in here a bit of a perspective thing for you. So we're now flying past this, looking out the window at an angle, and seeing this disappearing into perspective behind us. And we have our warm front here and our cold front here. So I'm going to draw in a warm front just here and my cold front just here. And as you know, in the warm sector, you've got this air, warm air moving in a westerly direction. So let's draw that in. There's our warm air. And ahead of the warm front, you've got your cold air. So let's draw that in, our polar maritime air, moving that direction. And behind the cold front, you've got the PM air coming in just behind it, like so. Now, that's it looking at it from an angle. Let's now add in the front, because the front, the warm front here goes up at an angle as well. So just draw that in like so. There is your warm front there. And the warm air, because it's warmer and less dense than the cold air, rises above the PM air like so. Warm air rises up above the PM air at your warm front. Now, what about over here at your cold front? Well, in this case, you've got the PM air, the colder air, which is cutting in underneath the warm air. Remember, it is less dense because it's warmer, so it's going to want to rise. So let me draw on the front here. 3 dimensions. The cold air undercuts the warm air, and the warm air rises up like so. So what you have at each of the fronts is the warm air rising over the cold air. And as the air rises, it cools and condenses. I'm not going to select that one, let me different one here. It's that one. So the warm air, as it rises, it cools and condenses and forms cloud. And that cloud then is associated with the front. And similarly here, the warm air cools and condenses, forming cloud. And that's why you get the lines of clouds with the fronts, and that's why you get most of the precipitation in a depression with the fronts. So that's it, looking at it out the window of an airplane. It's sideways. Let's just finish this off now by putting in a proper 2-dimensional one. Let me change my pen. Proper cross-section view looking in from the side, and this is what we get. We've got the warm air moving there, cold air, PM there, PM air there, and at the warm front, the warm air rises over the cold air. At the cold front, the cold air undercuts the warm air. They rise, cool, condense to form, choose the wrong one again, rise, cool and condense to form the cloud at your fronts. And that is your cross-sectional view of a depression. Just so that you know, I'm going to draw this line on here to show you where we're going that cross-sectional view through. I'll get this right yet. There's the line on there. So as you go from A, B, it's A, B, there. This is your plan view from above. This is your cross-section view from the side. And this would be the kind of angled view looking out from an airplane window. Now, that then brings us to this little section in our notes. And I'm hoping now that you can see that there we have our warm sector there with the air rising as we've just looked at. And then there is our PM air that's coming through. So what we're going to be doing in the next video is having a look at how the weather changes as different parts of this depression come over. But for us to do that, then we need to have a clear understanding of that cross-sectional view of the depression and how that relates to our plan view and our cross-section view there.